This video right here is about me giving my life to Christ and why I'm giving my life to Christ. Because for those who don't know, I used to be an atheist. I think I was an atheist for almost 10 years, and it's been a long journey, and I just want to speak on how I get to this point. Well, somebody like me, who a long time ago, I used to be on Facebook writing all type of blog posts about how Jesus ain't real, about how God ain't real, about how there is no heaven, there is no hell to go to. The only heaven and hell is what you create right here on earth. And even though there's a partial truth to that, it's just not true that there's not a heaven and a hell. And I came to that conclusion because I ended up having a lot of dealings with the spiritual. And I've been dealing with the spiritual all my life. I've been seeing ghosts and demons ever since I was a young kid, man. And so I always knew that the spiritual was real. I always believed in the spiritual side of it. But at a certain point in time in my life, I just stopped believing in Jesus. I stopped believing in Jesus and I stopped believing in God, mainly because I went through a lot of trauma. I went through a lot of pain, and I just couldn't wrap my head around why Jesus would allow that to happen. You know, I'm the type of person I prayed a lot, and it seemed like none of my prayers was answered. I'm the type of person I did right by people. I did right by family, and it seemed like everybody just did me wrong for whatever reason. I just didn't understand why God would put somebody that prays 2 to 3 times a day, that does right by others, that really believes on them in his heart. Why would he allow a person like that to go through extreme traumas and just be lonely in life and be subject to a lot of destruction of the body, mind, and soul? You know, I done been addicted to drugs. And by addicted to drugs, I mean alcoholism. But I done been smoking weed a lot and got drugged up. You know, I done lost my mind. You know, I was sexually assaulted. I was molested. I just didn't understand why so much bad can happen to me. And nobody cared. Nobody cared. And it seemed like the wicked just win every time. The wicked prevails every time. You know, I stopped believing because I look at, not only did I look at my life, but I looked at what was going on around me. All the good people got effed over in life. It's just what it was. All the good people get effed over in life, man. You live a hard life when you choose to be a good person. And I remember when I first chose to be a good person, I was around 13 to 14 years old. And I was out here living wild, man. I'd been shot at in the streets. I done had people try to kill me, man. I had been in some stuff. I kept fighting at schools, and it got to a point where I was about to kill somebody, man. One day, I ended up practicing how I was going to kill somebody, right? And I'm looking down the iron sight of a gun, practicing my aim, and I see my stepfather's head pop up in the iron sight of the gun. He was driving past. And I looked at that as a sign from God telling me, don't do that, and that you won't be hurting the people that you're going to hurt the people that you set out to hurt, but you're going to hurt your family even worse. And so I set out to live for family, and since God gave me that message, I set out to live for God. I set out to search for a higher purpose. And so I've been choosing to live a good life and to live Christ-like ever since then, and it seemed like my life just went downhill ever since I did that. Nothing but pain, nothing but misery, nothing but loneliness, nothing but hell, to tell you the truth. And like I said, I look out at the world and I see a pattern. Good people suffer. I even look at history and I'm looking at how can God let a group of people go into slavery and go through the messed up things that they went through, right? Just think about how messed up a lot of the things that the slaves had to endure was, man. A lot of embarrassment. Even the men got in front of their families, man. Had to watch their sons and their daughters get just brutalized. And for what? You know, it was just, it's sad, man. And a lot of these slaves, they believed in God. They cried out to Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And nothing helped them. I told myself, it's ridiculous for me to be black, have my ancestors be enslaved in this country, forced into labor, backbreaking labor, forced to worship a God that never saved them. And here I am generations later still worshiping the same God. It just didn't make sense to me. And so I left it alone. You know, I was going through my pro-black era, and I said, you know what, F that. Jesus ain't real. None of that is garbage, bro. It's garbage. It don't mean nothing. Fast forward so many years later, I'm 22, 23 years old, right? Like I said, I had been blaspheming Jesus and God for years, talking about on Facebook how I don't believe in that. Nobody black should believe in that. It's not real. It's goofy. You know, Jesus is just a made-up character. The Bible is man-made, and all of it is not even, none of it happened for real. It's just people speaking in code, you know, basically. And why? And even if it was real, this is the same God that let you, for so many generations, just fall by the wayside and let the worst things happen to you. So why believe in it anyway? You know, these are the things that I'm saying. And I remember one day somebody told me, you know, one day you're going to cry out for God. They told me one day you're going to cry out for God. And I remember laughing at them because I really did thought it was funny. Like, I'm like, man, it would have to be something very crazy. Something got to be really be laying a whooping down on me for me to be out here crying out to God. Like, nah, that ain't happening, man. I was really pro-black in my heart. And I feel like, nah, I'd rather die before I, you know, cry out to God or something like that. And specifically, he said cry out to Jesus. And so, like I said, fast forward to 22, 23, I'm still believing in what I believe in. I'm still pro-black. I don't believe in God. And I'm drinking. I'm very promiscuous with women. You know, only thing that I care about is the chase of money. And I had my mind on murder. I had my mind on just nothing godly, man. I'm to tell you the truth, nothing godly. I had my mind on so much evil that I don't see how I didn't see this coming. You know, this demonic presence that was in my life that was just causing havoc behind the scenes, man. He was messing my head up, messing me up spiritually. I don't see how I ain't see it coming. Like, I was into pornography heavy. I had been stopped praying, but like I said, I was on a spiritual journey at a certain point. I was kind of still on that spiritual journey, and that's probably the only thing that saved me, you know. The only thing that saved me and probably made God feel like I still can be saved a little bit is the fact that I was coming from a righteous place with my anger and with how I felt with everything. And so one day I remember I came home from work, you know, I'm getting drunk, I got bills, I got weed. And remember when I said that I can see spirits and I can see demons ever since I was young, right? So at this point, I'm not afraid of seeing spirits. I'm not afraid of any demonic activity around because I'm used to it. I remember one day I even went around my folks' crib and they was telling me, hey, boy, you got spirits in you, boy. You know that? You got spirits in you. All I could do is smile at them and laugh because I already knew it. I already knew I had spirits in me. I already knew what was going on. I just didn't care. You know, the way I looked at it, this world is a dark world. You know, it's a demonic world. You know, you might as well just get with it. You know, you might as well just let that demonic energy just flow through you. I remember one day I came home, I was drinking beer. I was in my room, laying on my bed, drinking beer. I got drunk, I smoked weed, and this one I can sense a demonic presence in the room. I can sense it. And I remember around that same time I was having a lot of sleep paralysis. And when I had the sleep paralysis, it was always this feeling that I got that something was in the room with me. And sometimes I even seen like entities on top of me, you know, having sex with me. I knew that there was something in the room. And at this point, I'm talking to it. I never usually do this, you know what I'm saying? But at this point, I'm talking to it. I'm saying, you know, F you, F you, F you. I don't care. I know you in here. I know you around. F you. I'm saying all this. And I did not know at the time that when it comes to the spiritual realm, some things have authority to F you up when you try to challenge it or disrespect it. And I learned my lesson that night, man. I learned my lesson that night. That night, I went to sleep. I went to sleep right after that, too. Feeling happy, feeling good about myself. I went to sleep right after that, and I wake up, I'm in sleep paralysis. But it's different than the other times. I'm in sleep paralysis, but it's immediately, all I feel is fear all around me. All I feel is like a sense of danger, danger, and just it's just like a real dreadful feeling. And I remember looking off to the side of the corner in my room because it's dark over there. It's darker than it usually is. And I look off to the side and I see this like a creature sitting on all fours, and it's got a face like a human face, but it looked like it's burnt up with a lot of red cracks in it. And it's like bouncing back and forth, and it's smiling. It's bouncing back and forth. Man, it scared me so bad. I'm looking at it, and as soon as I look at this thing, it locks in on me. It turns the head real fast. The smile disappears. It locks in on me real quick. And as soon as that smile disappears, you can feel anger in the air, And so it got mad, and it, like I said, it was just sitting there like bouncing. And as soon as it looked at me, it got mad, and I could hear it running towards my bed. I could hear the little thumps on the floor, do 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 do, and it jumped inside of me, man. This thing jumped inside of my body. I was possessed. My whole body immediately just went limp, like I was paralyzed. Everything just shut down. I could still see, but I had no control over my body at all. I couldn't move. I couldn't do nothing. It's almost like I know I just took the back seat of my own body. You know what I'm saying? All I could do is see. It's kind of like in the movie where you see the Get Out movie. The Get Out movie, when she say sink, and he sinks and he goes into this like a pool, and he's looking out of it like a TV. That's how it's kind of like that. All I can do is see. I know I don't have control of my body at all. And at that time, nothing happens for a few seconds, but then it just makes me smile. It forces me to smile. And when it forces me to smile, I'm trying my hardest inside of my mind to like grab my face, but I can't move. But I'm trying my hardest to grab my face because I don't like that it's making me smile. It felt like I felt violated, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird that it would make me smile out of all things. I remember I black out after that. And when I black out, my body is thrown on the other end of the bed, and it's like I'm twisted up. I don't even know how I'm twisted up. It's like I'm twisted up into a pretzel or something. My whole body is twisted up, and all I feel is pain. And I'm like, I can't move though. I can't move, and I keep looking over to the side because I feel like it's on the side of me. But as soon as I try to look, it's like it gets angry. I feel some type of energy like building up, and I black out again. Black out, and I wake up, I'm in a different position. Like I'm folded up in a different position, and I'm trying to fight it. I'm trying to fight this, and it's like it's no point in fighting. It's like this thing is having fun with me. But I try to look at it again, and as soon as I do that, boom, I black out. I black out again, and this time I just feel so helpless, bro. I feel so helpless. I feel so bad. This thing had power, man. This thing was very, very powerful, and it was teaching me a lesson. And I knew it wasn't going to stop riding me until I got that lesson. And so all I knew to do at that time, man, was say, Jesus. Jesus. I just said, Jesus. I said Jesus, and as soon as I said Jesus, it's like spiritually a bomb drop. Boom. And I say that because everything just stopped completely. Everything stopped completely once I said Jesus. I said Jesus, and everything I blacked out one more time, and I woke up. I didn't feel that presence in the room no more. I didn't feel that presence in the room, and it's like the presence in the room it's like it was a refreshing type of presence in the room. It's like the whole room felt refreshed and brand new. I don't even know how to explain it, man. It's like a battle went on when I blacked out for the last time, and the good side won. And that's what happened. Jesus won. Jesus, I guess, commanded that spirit to leave and saved me, man. Jesus saved me. That thing had a hold of me, man. That thing had a hold of me. That thing possessed me. And it's sad, man. It was a very scary situation. And another thing, I was living with my brother at the time, right? I was living with my brother and I had cousins living with me. And so it's a lot of different spirits coming in and out of the house. Not only am I doing what I'm doing, but they living the lifestyle they living and they bringing demons and stuff around. And I remember when I woke up, I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment, with my brother, and he's playing rap music. The rap music, I can feel it, man. It's like I can feel it coming out of his TV. I can feel the energy, the negative energy literally flowing out of his TV, and it's like it's flooding up the apartment. Literally, man. It's like it's spiritually flooding up the apartment with negative energy. I couldn't take it. I literally, at that moment, I could not take it. It's like I was very spiritually sensitive. I could not take that negative energy. I ain't want to hear nothing about what they were saying, selling dope and shooting and all that. I walked in his room, and I usually don't invade nobody's space, but I walked in his room, I turned his TV straight off. And when I did that, it's like I could feel that flow of negative energy stop. And it's like that negative energy, like water out of a pool, just start to drain out. And so I went back to my room. I started playing some gospel. So I played some good music, and I went and took a bath. I just felt like I was dirty, and I just needed to spiritually just clean myself. I needed to be under some water so bad, man. And so I went and took a shower immediately and listened to some positive music. And I've been like that ever since. I cannot be around that negative music all the time. And I gotta have some type of positive balance in my life. It's a must. That's the reason why I changed my life and I believe in Christ again, man. I did not deserve to be saved, but Jesus saved me, man. Jesus saved me, straight up. I did not deserve to be saved. It's been years since then, and I have been struggling with my spirituality ever since then. It's been hard, man. It's been hard because all that stuff that I believed in, the pro-black stuff, and me living for my family, it turned out my family was the number one people to turn against me. My family, remember I said I can see spirits and sense spirits? Most of the negative spirits I didn't sense was when I was around my family members, man. They was full of demons, and they was putting demons in my life. Ever since I started living by myself, ain't nothing demonic happened to me. Ain't nothing demonic happened to me. Ain't been no sleep paralysis, none of that. You gotta watch who you have around you, man, and stay prayed up. And with that pro-black stuff, I was so dedicated to wanting to see my people up, and so-called my people was just black people. I was so dedicated to wanting to see them up that I disregarded the good in everything. I didn't even care that the Bible is good for a lot of people. The Bible brings a lot of people peace. Jesus brings a lot of people peace. They call him the Prince of Peace. I rejected peace because I said, F peace, we need war. Because we pro-black and we need to go to war with whitey. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them type of blacks. And that almost killed me, man. That almost destroyed me. And so I understand I was right for going on a spiritual journey, but I was just going in the wrong direction. And Jesus, he had to correct that. He had to fix that. And so now I feel like, hey, this is the way to go. I give my life to Christ. I give my life to Jesus Christ. And I understand it's still going to be hard. I'm still a sinner, but I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? And so I want y'all to understand that I was a hardcore atheist, bro. I was a hardcore, and I was a gangster too. Like, I lived a gangster life. I was around gangsters. I was around people who rob people, murderers. You know what I'm saying? And so drug dealers, man. I'm talking about real drug dealers, kingpins. That lifestyle led a lot of people in bad directions, man. But like I said, that be going on that spiritual journey, I feel like it saved me. I feel like even then, that was Jesus giving me a sign. I just took my own understanding with it and went my own way. But like they say, lean out of your own understanding. Yeah, but that's all I wanted to say, man. I hope y'all give y'all life to Christ, or at least give him a chance, because I know he done gave y'all chance after chance after chance, because he gave me chance after chance after chance, and still giving me chance after chance after chance. And so I just want to be a messenger for the truth. And this is the truth, man. The spiritual realm is real. It's real. And demons are here. Demons are here. Demons are torturing people. Demons are tricking people. They doing a lot out here, man. We living in a demonic world. But you got somebody who's from a good realm reaching out and saying, hey, let me save you, let me help you. And that's Jesus, man. That's God, as far as I know, because he saved me. That's good enough for me, man. It is good enough for me, because ain't nobody tried to save me from nothing in this world. You know, especially as a young black man, you don't get grace from nobody. And so, hey, if I can get it from Jesus, I'm all for it. But like I say, I'm still trying. I'm still a sinner. I'll admit to that. Yeah, that's it for this vid, man. Peace.